in pastels, and you know how much of a Halloweeny... Hey! Hi, dolls! It's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of Camp Wannakiki, Season 4, Episode 7. We've got 2 more episodes until the finale. I hate it when camp ends. I'm so serious. But before we get started, I do want to send a shout out to my friend and Patreoner, April Pemberton, who's convalescing after a short hospital stay. April! Seriously, I hope you're back to 100% soon, my darling. I love you, seriously. And I also want to send some love to another one of my Patreoners, Jenna. She and her husband are getting over contracting COVID, even though they've both been vaxxed and boosted. So, happy, healthy thoughts to you, Jenna and Mark. But I also want to send happy, healthy thoughts to everyone as well. Take care of yourselves, dolls. Seriously. That said, Jorge, drink me! Coffee? Oh, somebody thinks I drink too much? Well, I don't know what to say to them. Coffee's awfully Irish, Jorge, I'm just saying. Okay. Well, let's get to it. Well, there was drama in the air at Camp Wannakiki, or should I say on the waves. Betty's plans for a lovely day on the lake were ruined because the camp's boat was missing. Apparently, some of the Camp Hoodaho campers borrowed it for a midnight kegger, and now it's at the bottom of the lake. See? Drama! I'm not wearing nails. More drama! The Camp Hoodaho director felt so bad that she gave Wannakiki a manure spreader. I thought they meant an excuse, but no, they actually gave them a manure spreader. And like Camp Wannakiki needs any help with that, Cherry took it to a swap meet and traded it for, well, a list of items that would make a Rosen Island story seem short and concise, and bippity-boppity-boo, Camp Wannakiki now owns a powerboat. Once it's delivered, Ruthie and the campers were going to take it for a spin. And not to waste an opportunity, the campers were going to also be earning their water sports badge by going rubber tubing. Does that sound right? Rub your own tubing. And can I just take a moment to appreciate the fine figure camp counselor Ruthie cuts in her vintage one piece? Look at those gams. Seriously, I think there may be a new chicken of the sea is all I'm saying. Okay, maybe a chicken hot? As the campers piled into the boat, was anyone else just a little worried that there were too many people in it? Just me? I had visions of the Poseidon adventure going through my head, only smaller. But from the look on the faces of a couple of the campers, there were a few things to be worried about, like drowning. But not to fear, Ranger Danger was on hand, keeping a close eye on things. From shore, ready to spring into shirtless action to cradle your lifeless body and administer the kiss of life while getting a little second base action. And where was I? Oh, yes. You know, a shot or two of Ranger Danger coming out of the lake wouldn't have killed anybody. Wait, which lake are they on? Lily St. Queer went first. Of course she did. She doesn't strike me as a camper who likes sloppy seconds. I'm so serious. So, with Camp Counselor Ruthie at the helm, the boat took off. I have to admit, this looked like a tame ride to me. Lily's tube seemed to avoid the boat's wake, which makes for a dull ride. Maybe it was because she had a bit of an audience, and if things went horribly wrong, the Sugarbaker twins didn't want any witnesses. Who can say? What kind of boat is that? Clinica de Precious was the next victim, and to be honest, I'm not really sure how Clinica did. I was too busy noticing the size of some of these cottages on the lake. Is that lake in Illinois? Is this Oprah's lake? Regardless, Clinica was worse for wear when her tubing was over. Why else would she admit that that cat she's been dragging around all season isn't real? Seriously. Vincent was next, and you knew this was going to go badly the minute he lost his pink pimp hat, which was the minute his turn started. It wasn't long after that that Vincent had an unscheduled swim to try and find it. He didn't. And from the look of Ranger Danger's reaction to Vincent's spill, they never did. God bless Deja D. This wasn't just her first time tubing. This was also her first time in a boat, or on open water, in fact. So clearly, she was feeling confident. And I'd like to point out how rough Deja's ride was. She even got air, more than a couple of times, but at least she survived it. By the look of her, only just, though. That offer of mouth-to-mouth from Ranger Danger must have helped. I know it helps me. Speaking of help, last to take on the tube was our Hillary Yaz, and she made Deja's ride look like a stroll through the park. Hillary spent so much time in the air, it looked like she was bucking a bronco. I said bucking. When it was all said and done, all the campers survived, including Vincent's pink pimp hat, and Ranger Danger didn't even have to get wet at all. And then it was time for this week's talent show. The theme this week was Under the Sea, because, well, it's the water sports badge. To see what they did there. The twins were decked out in their nautical theme, which included jackets with jellyfish printed on them. Where the hell do you get jellyfish fabric? You didn't have to pee on it, seriously. Camp Counselor Ruthie didn't look worse for wear after managing to get that big boat back in its slip. She certainly looked warmer. Clinica went first and had one of my fave looks of the night. Honoring the trans community, Clinica was dressed as a ginger bearded seahorse. They're very rare. And that seahorse was pregnant to boot. As we all know, male seahorses carry and birth their young. That's gender equality. Seriously, Fingerdoo for Clinica. Lily's mermaid who turns trash from the ocean into treasures on her body was a hoot too. I liked the message, I liked the outfit, but I was living for that wig. I'm so serious. Fingerdoo for Lily. I need to borrow that wig, Lily. I gave Deja D's ode to the pearl necklace a Fingerdoo right away. It was opulence at its best, but it was almost too glamorous for camp. Also, this look, even though it was covered in pearls, didn't give me Under the Sea vibes, unless you were listening to her voiceover and not thinking about pearl necklaces. Yes, I'm looking at you. Hillary Yaz took the Under the Sea theme to a whole new level. Instead of Under the Sea as an ocean, Hillary was serving Under the Sea like Under the B as in bingo. Her aging mermaid bingo collar was genius, and with that little play on words, Hillary had the best costume in my opinion, and because she's Canadian, okay, maybe it helped a little. Fingerdoo for Hillary, eh? Last but not least was Vincent Millet's Naughty Otter, and even though I gave this look a Fingerdoo, it seemed a little flat. Could have used a little more texture, especially with the makeup, I'm just saying. I didn't hate it. While the campers waited for Ruthie and the twins to deliberate, they relaxed in the rec room. Even though they all had fun in the talent show and out on the lake, none of the queens were feeling too secure. With only 5 of them left, it was getting down to the details. For the most part, the campers were all feeling a win for Hillary, but as far as who would be taking the long hike home this week, well, it wasn't an obvious choice. Back on stage, Ruthie and the Sugarbaker twins announced that Deja D was safe this week and had earned her water sports badge, much to her joy and relief. 2 other campers that were filled with joy and relief were Hillary and Clinica, because they were on top. But, and it was a big but because, well, Hillary used extra padding, the winner this week was Hillary Yaz. That's 3 for Hillary and 2 for Clinica. Here's to them both. Seriously. Is there any coffee in that? Sadly, the campers on the bottom this week were Vincent and Lily. Gasp. As I said before, both these campers did a great job out on the lake and in the talent show. I know I didn't want to see either of them leave, so you can imagine how difficult it was for Ruthie and the twins to send one of them home. But they had to, and when they revealed their chalkboards, well, it was 2 votes to 1 for Lily St. Queer, and that sadly meant that it was Vincent Millet who had to take a long hike home. Again. I'm so sorry to see Vincent go, but I do have to say this was a much kinder and gentler farewell from Vincent the second time around. Here's to Vincent! Well done, Vinny! Just saying. So, what did you think? Did the right camper go home? Were the right campers in the bottom? How about the top 2? Was Clinica robbed, or did Hillary out-camp her fair and square? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and if you'd like to send me a tip or do or join the Fingerdoo family on Patreon, the links are in the description box down below. Until next week, this me! Seriously. Getting close for top 4. 2 more episodes. for the finale. Oh my goodness, it was such a fun season. And I'm so sorry. It's at that point now. You know what? It was almost at this point right out of the hopper. I think that everyone on season 4 of Camp Wannakiki were so lovely and lovable and did such a great job. It was hard to say bye to any of them, but it's getting harder now. Like it almost was harder right away, but it's oh god. Part of me's glad Lily stayed because she has been there the longest, but I really like Vincent's stuff, and it was fresh and new and different, which was only because he got kicked out first. I'm just saying. He's got career ahead, which is fine. Poor Lily, though. Well, as Sophia said, sluts just bounce back. No shame. No shame on the Lily game. Slut it up.